When things don't go our way, we feel the surge of emotions flooding us. We get frustrated, we get terrified, we get anxious. It's not a pleasant thing. It's not a pleasant feeling. Do you know any people who gets happy when things don't go their way? I don't think so. So it's one of the universal experiences we human beings face on the daily. So today we are going to delve deep in one of the most shared experiences that we have. It's defeat. Welcome back to my INFJ My Diaries. So as you know, we as human beings have goals. We have needs, and then we have goals. It might be a small daily goal or a big life dream of us. So this one is, something personal. Also, we have for the betterment of things, have these expectations and ideals. What when it comes to the commonly shared societal system, and there are things that we want to go our way as well on that aspect. We also have interpersonal goals. We all have families, we all have friends, maybe a romantic partner as well. So we have expectations on that. We have goals for them. But sometimes things just doesn't really go as planned. Especially with the societal and the interpersonal expectations that we have. We've got other people, and we don't have any control over their mind faculties, their actions, their feelings. So when these things happen, we just get frustrated. We get sad, angry. Everybody experiences defeat. It's a universal thing. But each of us has our own coping mechanisms. We cope with defeat differently. So society as a whole just sees defeat negatively. But it really is not that bad. It's about mindset. It's about how we set our minds to it. It's actually a valuable thing. It's an opportunity for us to grow. So as to what the Stoics say, there are things that we can control and we cannot control. And they say true freedom only comes from within, regardless of any external setbacks. Buddhism says that suffering is part of life, and we can find peace when we let go of any attachments that we have. Taoism has something to say about defeat as well. That they say even after defeat, there's always an opportunity of us learning. They talk about accepting the ebb and the flow of everything in this earth. Jung sees defeat in a positive way. If you just really get deep in that, it's a powerful catalyst for personal growth. So when we confront our shadow self through that, you know, we just we will conquer it. We will conquer ourselves. You know, right now I'm not gonna give any practical tips directly to you guys. I'm just gonna share to you my experience, some experiences that I've had with defeat and how I somehow survives it, still whole. So, you know, whenever I feel defeat, whenever something happened and it did not go my way, I feel this surge of emotion. But mostly my reaction to it is just stare blankly and just repeat everything that happened. You know, I try to analyze, I try to think what went wrong. Have I been inadequate? What could have I've done better? And of course, I recognize those things are futile. Once something has happened in the past, there's nothing we can do. Whether I like it or not, whether I admit that or not, there's nothing we can do. What we can do, we can learn from it. We can learn from it. We have to. I mean, we can't do nothing about it anymore, you know. But of course, we grieve the defeat first. I acknowledge that. I grieve it. I do it with myself. I do it with solitude. I will have to spend a lot of time alone to process defeat, to process things in general. So other people might not cope with that. I mean, the isolation. Others may need some people for them to be there and listen to them, and that's okay. That's how they cope. But for me, I cope through silence outside, but I have a lot of things in mind. Of course, that's how I process things. And you know, whenever these things happen, whenever defeat just has this liking with me, and you know, just makes me experience it. What comes in my mind, first things first, is that it's meant to happen. I have to accept it. You know, I always ask and pray for things to happen as they should happen. And with that thought in mind, I tend to start to feel calmer. You know, my heart rate becomes a bit slower. It makes me breathe more properly. The tensions in my body gets better. And then, as time goes by, my mind settles and it goes in somehow indifference mode, in a way that I just try to let go. I try to let go of what happened in the past. That's after I overthink. Okay, believe me, I overthink things after. It's not like I'm indifferent the moment. I mean, I give my all, especially whenever I give my all, which I always do. You know, you lack sleep, you spend resources on something, you invest your time, your energy, and by the end of the day, it just doesn't go your way still. And I cannot say I'm not frustrated. I cannot not care if things don't go my way, if I invest a lot on that thing. So yeah, that's my mind sequence. First, I contemplate, I grieve, and then I go into the oh my gosh, I'm blank. You know, actually, yeah, speaking of losing sleep, I've lost sleep for how many days? Because I've spent a lot of time, I've gotten into a rabbit hole for how many days? For something valuable, for something I'm working into. I gave my all, we gave our all, you know, our team gave it all for that. And at the end of the day, things just did not go our way. And yeah, I know I'm making this even though my mind is not really in a proper in a proper situation right now, but I really want to do this now because I still have that feeling. After what happened, I was just contemplating. I'm silent, but of course I'm grieving it. I'm grieving inside. And when I reach home, I try to distract myself. You know, I made my smoothie. I try to deflect my thoughts. And yeah, I thought I'm just gonna deflect it by making this podcast right now. This is my coping way for this defeat today. And pardon me, please, if my pauses are longer than usual. So, yeah, that's how I cope with defeat. And if you ask how many days do I get over things, it takes some time. So with personal defeat, it's much shorter, of course, than other kinds of defeat because it's something I can't control within myself. It only involves me. So yeah. I'm just also, when you're in this situation and you have other people, you know what I liked about the defeat I have been in right now is that I have this wonderful teammates that are just as frustrated as I am. Of course, I feel that, I know. And just as sad as I am. But I found out that they have this healthy way of seeing things as well, and it feels wonderful, to know and have these people in your team and just see the positive in things even if it did not go their way as well. I am just grateful I have that team. And yeah, they're all positive. We're gonna try again. I know I'm just happy, and I know that they gave it all. They gave it all as well. Everyone did. And they're very accepting. They're very accepting of what happened. And I think we will go a long way because of this. And we're excited to try it again next year.